It's gonna be more of a vague video just to let you guys know, because I know I scoured the internet and didn't get what I wanted. Hi, I'm Monet. Welcome to my channel. It's really nice to have you guys here. Today we're going to be talking about just basic training, especially during these trying times, on how everything's going to go down and how to cope with everything. I have some bullet points down here, so if I'm looking down, don't mind that. I'm just making sure that I cover all the spots that I want to be talking about today. Let me just introduce myself. I know I just said I'm Monet. I am currently dating Jake, which he is in basic training at the moment. So far, he's been in basic training for about 11 weeks. Let's start at the very beginning. He is currently at Fort Leonard Wood. All these things are Fort Leonard Wood in 2020, how everything's been going down, what you should expect for Fort Leonard Wood. I know that a lot of the different bases are all different and everything's gonna be different for everybody. Just be aware of that. So when he got on the bus, after a couple minutes, he was able to text me. The bus took them to an airport, and I think from the airport he took another bus to Fort Leonard Wood, I think. I don't know. I wasn't there. He was calling me like as soon as he's pulling up. He's like, okay, I'm getting there. I'll call you when I get inside, because I heard that during reception you get to have your phone because of Yellowface. Yeah, so supposedly he's supposed to be able to have his phone. So he's like, I'll call you when I get inside, or I'll text you or something. And I was like, okay, I'll see you when you get there. No, don't let them think that, because that was not the case. I don't know where they heard that from, and I thought it was a little weird too, but I was excited. But no, they do not get a phone call. They don't get to call you. They don't get to text you while they're in Yellowface. Now let's talk about Yellowface. Yellowface is new because of the virus going around. They used to go to reception and then basic training, and reception was just a 1 or 2 day long thing, and that is like their quarantine. So they get tested and they get all their shots and they get their hair cut there and all these things. They're there for like 2 weeks. They don't get a phone call until like a week in. I didn't know what happened. I was like, oh, I hope his phone didn't die and he wasn't able to charge it or something. Don't freak out like I did, because I was like, what happened to my boyfriend? I also didn't get any letters for 3 weeks, which was really annoying. But he was able to have a quick phone call for like 2 minutes to a minute to just tell me, hey, I'm okay, I'm alive, nothing bad happened, I'm just not allowed to be on my phone. And that was basically it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be harder than I thought. I used to spend every day with my boyfriend, so it was crazy to just not even be able to talk to him or hear from him for weeks. So let's get into the phone calls before I completely lose that subject that we're talking about. The first phone call lasted about 1:30. Then it went to 5 minutes, and then it went to 10 minutes, and then it went to 20 minutes, and then it went to 30 minutes, and that all depends. So as the time goes on, you actually get more time on the phones. Do not count on it always going up or it being consistent, because it's not. It's never gonna be consistent. Sorry, I'm just grooming myself. Let's get into more of the emotional side of things. It was really hard for me to realize that like I'm not gonna be able to talk to him, and I spent every waking moment of the day with that guy. I started getting really upset and really sad. One of the big things for while they were on the phone was paying attention to them. I had a phone call once. He called me and I was busy, and I wasn't putting all of my attention and all of my heart into the phone call. I could tell that he was upset by it and that I was too, because I was just busy, people were talking to me, and I just couldn't be fully immersed in the phone call, and I really wish I was, and that really hurt my feelings. Take that from me. Just be really immersed in the phone calls. You loving them and you cheering them on keeps them going. So also on the phones, in the span of the 2.5 months, you're gonna have hard times. You're gonna be upset. Bad things are gonna happen to you. You crashed your car. You lost your best friend. So you're having a bad time, and you wanna be able to talk to the one person. At least for me, I told him everything, and I told him always how I felt, and I was very transparent with him. And it was weird to not have that person anymore, and I was scared to tell him how I was feeling sad. And I learned that it's okay to tell them the bad things, but don't leave it off on a bad note. What I'm saying here is that, let's say metaphorically, I'm like, hey, my best friend and I just like went through it, and I'm really upset, and I don't know how to deal with this, and I'm really sad, and then you just end it off there. I always say, but I'm getting through it, everything's okay, I'm doing good though. Like, I may be a little upset, but I'm figuring it out, and we'll be fine. They're gonna worry about you, and you're gonna worry about them, and that's just what's gonna happen, and that's because you guys care for each other, which is good. I'm just saying, if you leave it off on a good note, then they have less to worry about, so he can focus on training and not on how bad your day was. A big one was don't miss the calls. So for me, he calls me every Sunday and sometimes on Wednesdays. So on Sundays and Wednesdays, I am ready. I have my phone turned all the way up, not silenced. Sometimes I will put this on to make sure if my phone is in another room, I am still getting the calls because I've missed one of his calls before, and that literally tore me from the inside out, and it made me feel like an awful girlfriend, and I just was not feeling good. So don't do that. At least if you're a sensitive person like I am, it hurt. He was able to call other people. He tried me, and then, you know, it didn't work, but don't do that. Now that we are at the end, I'm gonna talk to you guys about, this is kind of specific to us. There is Exodus leave. So Jake is in basic training right now, but he goes into OSIT after he graduates. So I did say that he's graduating next week, but he does have OSIT, so he's gonna be in until February. But in December 18th to the 19th, 20th, somewhere around there, it just depends on where you are, what year it is, it's just different. But around that time, they will get Exodus leave for 2 weeks. They can't not take this off, so this is like counted on their leave, but they don't really have a choice. So even if if you're like, oh, let's just save our leave and let's not waste your money coming out here buying a plane ticket, they're still taking their leave, and they get discounts for planes and buses and stuff like that, but their leave is still being taken out of. So there's that. Exodus leave happens once a year, obviously, during December. Luckily, we started in September, so we have like a pretty even time span of not seeing each other. So we have like 2-3 months, and then we see each other, and we have another 2 or 3 months in this time of his training. Also, here's a big one for the virus going on and how the times have changed. There's no graduation. Graduation is online. So for me, I go on Fort Leonard Wood's Facebook page, and every week they post, or every other week, whenever his graduation's coming up, they post the graduations for that week. So keep updated on that. That is a big thing. Keep updated on everything, especially now that their graduation is not happening. I really appreciate you guys watching, and if you guys want to give me any tips or tricks on how I can make my videos better for you guys, or if you want to see anything, just let me know. Give this a like, you can put on the bell, and overall, subscribe, and have a great day.